cut you out. We can play Shinobi. They say it's a recession that we living in. That's what they say. So I don't play about my dividends. Not at all, man. You already know what time it is, man. Me and my comrade had to go live. The Grind Ave Podcast live, boss certified entertainment with my Ace Boom Goon. Man, go ahead, holler at him real quick, G.
You know it is, man. I learn every day from Mr. Miyagi over here. You know, this is, but he's still one of these deep nuts. You know what I'm talking about? Be mature about it. You know how crazy I can get. I'm nuts, though.
Hey, that's what.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. As far as the intro go, I'm gonna let the people right off the top. This topic right here got me on Thanos. It really got me on some Thanos, and I'm glad that Brother Polight took time, and we're gonna get to it later. Just took time to shed light on it.
Man, listen, y'all heard what the man say. You see where we at already, man. I had to go in on this one. You know, it's been a few days, you know what I'm saying? And me and my comrade, we chatted off screen about this too. But you know, Brother Polight always dropping them gems, man. But you know, some people some folks got opposing views, man. So what we want to know is from y'all when it came to the situation with Jake Paul. You know, the Paul brothers is getting these opportunities, man. Are they starting to feel themselves a little bit too much? Is they overstepping their boundaries? So what we gonna do is, right? We gonna go in, break down this video with Brother Polight real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be playing different pieces of it, right?
Right.
And y'all can chime in, comment, hop in the chat, whatever. You know, we with it all. We with all the smoke. So
and let me just also let the people know after Miyagi played this video and you absorb it the way you're supposed to, the Paul brothers is gonna turn into the Paul bearers.
Ooh.
But they ain't gonna be the ones carrying themselves out. You understand?
Hey, it's real in the field. It's Rizil in the fizzle, man. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and hit play on here, man. So many jewels in here, bro. And before I go in on that, folks gotta understand that there's layers to everything. So if you from a different background, if you're a different walk of life, some of the stuff you might not get. See, it's the little nuances and the details and stuff, right? And you know, I'll get into just, you know, some of my thoughts a little bit later on, but just offhand, let's get to a couple of minutes of what Brother Polight had to break down for us. You got that understand me.
This is what pisses me off. People saying that it's just a hat. A white man takes a black man's property and says, yo, why are you even upset? And they say it's just a hat, but you don't realize the implications. What people got to understand when it comes to us as a people is we had enough. And I know a lot of you are going to say that I'm going into a racial tangent because
it's doing that same thing. Yeah, it's doing that same thing. We might have to do something different. I could break it down.
Or less. If a Negro even say something crazy and they're
Is you hearing it?
You want to go kill him.
No.
You acting like a man,
That was me. I did that.
Like
hey, Miyagi, rewind it back a tape.
Hold on. Let's go back, y'all.
20 seconds.
What I did was I kind of muted it on my end a little bit. We gonna go back because my brother was going in, y'all. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Here we go.
Enough. And I know a lot of you are gonna say that I'm going into a racial tangent because Floyd Mayweather got taken. But I'm watching black people make their memes and be disrespectful to our brother. And I'm watching white people say it's just a hat. How important was that hat for you, Floyd? And I'm looking at this like this shit is so damn disrespectful. Now, black people know you fought each other for far less. If a Negro even says something crazy in their rap song, you want to go kill him. And you acting like a man takes your fucking hat off your head, like you're not going to want to wage war. So let's get you out the question. Our people be so damn jealous of our own. Let's get to the white man real quick.
Hey, can you pause it real quick?
Hold on.
Conversation.
All right.
And I'm gonna walk you
Couple more lines. I ain't gonna hold you too hard.
It's principle.
Okay, see that?
That
Okay.
white man gun, and I know you get uncomfortable when I say the word white.
So I hope you guys, man, it's that last piece. He said principle, but my brother El Reezy want to chime in, man.
Yeah, just real quick.
Go ahead, holla. No, go ahead, holla at him, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the video rock, but I just wanted to point out something real quick. What he said about the hap, no cap. You understand?
Hey, look, man, look, we real around here.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, stay bald head, you know.
You did.
I'm gonna tell you what. You can go on whatever kind of research outlet. You can do your Googles. That's fine too. But let me just show you something real quick, because you got to understand this is coming from a people coming out of slavery, even while white people. I like that he mentioned that white people always look at what we concerned about as something that's petty. Let's get something clear. Everybody has a culture. Mexicans find things important that, you know, I wouldn't. Everybody has a culture. So if we came out of slavery, and like this fact right here, I looked up the hat. I said, what did wearing the hat during slavery have an impact for? And what came up was the hats. I'm reading it right now. The hats became popular after slavery. Black women, for example, wanted to look their best when worshiping, and the hats were considered a way to honor God. So if you ever been in a church before, you be like, yo, the ushers be coming at us hard as men, but why they let the women rock their hats? That's part of it. Then you go down here, but wearing them isn't just about fashion. It's a deeply rooted African tradition that has both spiritual and cultural significance. So you can come at the angle with ownership. You can come at this dude, Jake Paul, he not really understanding why he got so emotional over it, or why the same white guys you went to college with always play these goofy games, and understand why we get off.
Right, man. That's why it hits home, brother. That's exactly why. Just kind of chime in real quick, man. It was, and see, that's the thing, man. When you're talking Black experiences, right? And for those who don't understand or really can't understand why, as a people, man, it's the emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of time when people react, it ain't for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? Like this shit is deeper than, I think back to even when white men used to call grown ass Black men boys. Like, you know, there you go, boy. You know, the man be 38 years old. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Just a sense of entitlement. And see, brother, he's about to get into that a little bit more too. But for people who don't understand, man, and this is what I like about some of those directors, like the Jordan Peels and even the cat that put together them, you know, I like how they infuse and implement some of these ideals in their productions, man. And so
definitely do.
You're paying attention, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to get some jewels up out of there. But look, for those of you who don't understand, I'm gonna let Brother Polight keep going. And like I said, we're gonna be kind of stopping here and there. So yeah, thanks, brother, for you know what I'm saying, going in for the one time.
It's African and cultural. So now listen to him.
Let's get it.
White man, right? But that's what we got to deal with right now. That white man untied Floyd Mayweather's shoelace during the press conference. Then his brother eggs him on like, yo, he just untied your shoelace. You gonna let him do that? It was already looking to incite something violent. Floyd kept his composure. Then they start talking about Floyd's personal life. Floyd kept his composure. So Floyd kept his composure when his shoelace got untied, remained professional when they talked about him personally, right? And then he gets his hat taken. So when is enough enough? That's what I want to know. He didn't say nothing when they untied his shoelace. He didn't say nothing when it was coming at him based on his personal life. He didn't fall for it when it was like, yo, he untied your lace. You should do something about it. You supposed to be a big time boxer. Floyd ain't do nothing. Just kept it professional. So now what Floyd's supposed to do is be classy.
The good little boy.
White man to take his possession from him. Be classy and let the white man do it. But if a brother did it, if a black man took his hat off his head, we would say, yo, you got to do something about that. We just say, you got to do something about that. You can't allow a man to take your shit. That's what we would say if that was a black man taking his hat. But it's the white.
And real quick, guys, see, this is my thing. And the reason he's going in about this part in particular, because I didn't know, and I had to go back.
I think he just he gonna click back in. But one thing I will say is, how many of y'all have ever been in the hood? Somebody who looks the same hue or shade of yourself bumps you. You know what I mean? And so when he gets back in,
y'all, my bad. Technical difficulties. Go ahead, El Reason. My bad.
I said, how many times in the hood have you had somebody look the same hue as you bump you, right? And then your homeboy standing next to you say, "You gonna let that nigga just do that?"
Right.
Go for it. Go for it, Miyagi.
No, man. Thanks for picking up right there, bro. It was what I was getting to was, and the reason why he's kind of coming at even the black community, because even I wasn't aware that it was other YouTubers, because that's what he's gonna mention. There was other YouTubers going, oh man, what Floyd tripping for? It was just a hat, blah 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 blah. It was blah blah blah. So for those of you, it's not just about white folk, because there's a lot of us who still are unaware of the layers that's involved with this thing. So with him, I guess he has seen a lot of YouTubers and people blogging about this, and without really understanding really the full scope of it, y'all. So I just wanted to kind of tap in on that. So that's why he's kind of covering both perspectives at this particular moment, man. But I'm gonna let brother go in. Unless El Reezy, you had something else to say, man? All right.
White man. So start the coon. That's what we did. We cooned in less than 60 seconds. Let me talk to you guys, man. We got to really have this talk. In 1524, because we got to see it's more than just a hat. It's not just a goddamn hat.
That's what he's trying to drive home.
A black man is highly revered and respected amongst his people. He's a black leader. You may say Floyd Mayweather is no leader. He's leading the boxing world as a black man. He's the only one that inside of an hour and 6 minutes worth of activity made over $600 million.
Facts.
Over $500 million inside of an hour and 6 minutes. He
Facts.
leads the world and making that much money that fast. So he's leading the world. He done fought 16 world champions consecutively and beat 16 world champions. Meaning people
Facts.
Consecutively.
With the haters of trying to hate, though.
He's a leader. He's a black leader. Every time you do Black History Month, you look at what black people lead in their specific genre. Whether you like him or not, he's a black leader.
Hall of Famer.
He's highly respected. He's highly revered. Okay? He's one of our most esteemed athletes in the world. And he should be reduced to having someone take his fucking hat off his head. A man of his rapport. This is a man whose mother, I'm saying it again, this is a man
give him the history.
Suffered from drug addiction, whose father was incarcerated, who was subject to extreme destitution, poverty, who then still perseveres, goes to the Olympics, and gets cheated. And despite it all, he didn't get discouraged. He remained drunk.
Even right there, too, y'all, because, we tried this a couple of times. We had some issues a couple of days ago, but even with that, for those of you who do not know, right, the Olympics kind of has a history of cheating our greats. Look, he wasn't the only one. You know who else got robbed of the gold? And check this out, just to show you how, and I'm not even the most religious dude in the world, to show you how the Most High work. Floyd got cheated of the gold. He clearly beat dude. I'm talking about these brothers was beating the shit out of these dudes. Evander Holyfield got cheated of the gold, and Roy Jones Jr. got cheated of the gold. Again, what's common? Because people are like, oh, y'all think everything racism. Y'all think everything is black and white. What other boxer, white or anybody else, has been cheated of the gold medal in the Olympics?
And what did Floyd say? Hey, what did Floyd say when dude said, why you making this about race?
And he said it's always been about race.
Always.
And see, the thing is, y'all don't respect Floyd. Y'all think he's stupid, when in reality, the brother is smart. Okay, we gonna get into that. I'm talking about serial entrepreneurship. The brother got his hands in a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? College educated or not. You understand what I'm saying? But again, going back to our champions, that folks done took shit from. And see, that kind of made me go back to what he said, as though there's been a history of just taking things from our people. And this is no different, man. Holyfield went on to be a boxing great and champion. Roy Jones Jr. went on to be a boxing great and champion. Floyd Mayweather went on to become a boxing great and champion. Do you see what I'm saying? See, this is why folks hate us, bro, because no matter what you do to us, you know what I'm saying?
Right off
we still here.
Right off the
holla at them, bro.
Yeah, right off the rip, these amateurs out here who are trying to become professional. They should be respecting Floyd right off the rip. I mean, he's literally what you're trying to be. You as a fighter want to be able to do what you love to do.
But the hate is real.
Out and also profit off of it. What is he not doing that you should not be respecting? But you untying shoelaces. You taking hats off. Like this a game or something. Do you know the difference between $1, 100, thousands, millions, billions is? Because if
you lucky to be in the same air, in the same breath as this brother.
I tell you, hey, I was gonna say some different shit, but listen, as a person who is aspiring to be great, still, I would never come in the company of a thousandaire, a millionaire, or a billionaire for that matter, with that level of disrespect. See, brothers like us understand if we come into the deal like that, we look unprofessional. But this guy right here, who's a white guy in America, can look unprofessional at the drop of a dime.
Imagine that.
And the shit still goes on. Miyagi, talk to him.
Hey man, that's all I wanted to say, dude. This is why me and my brother wanted to go in on this, y'all, because well, folks who like to say, oh, like he's gonna say, like he's about to touch on, man. You know, it's just a hat. Slavery was a long time ago. Get over it. But what you're not paying attention to are the microaggressions. You understand? Now you got to realize now Floyd is all about the showmanship and the entertainment of it all. That's why he's even still doing shit in the first place. They might think he's doing this shit because he broke. You're dead wrong. He's an entertainer. Go ahead, bro.
You might even call microaggressions, like you just said, because I like what you just said right there, as a setup. You're trying to do something here. You know, I am in this country and culture, and you just politically, right? Nobody wants to talk about it. The brother is still at the lowest part. And so you doing this microaggression shit, which is a setup, my nigga. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But no, you right. No, I'm just saying you breaking it down, bro. I mean, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch it at first in the very beginning when it first happened. So I didn't even know homie untie bro shoes first. You like, dude, now let me don't see part of me though, the marketing part of me, right? And this YouTube shit part of me. I get it because that's what these guys have made their name on. They're YouTubers. You know, they fools. We know they fools. So that's why, for me, just the premise of this particular live is, you know, you could look at it in the whole aspect of just the entertainment. Oh, he's a YouTuber. This is what he do. Or the cultural side of things, as a black person, as a black man, like, okay, yeah, entertainment's cool, but then there's a certain line that you're not supposed to cross on that.
If you laughing at the entertainment, yeah, you're gonna side with the Jake Pauls of the world. But let's be fair here. This brother of his, Logan Paul's the one he's fighting, and he untied the shoe. And his brother said in the podcast, right. And I'm not trying to jump too far ahead. It's gonna come up, but I'm just gonna make sure that people stay directed into where we're going here. The brother who actually took the hat off ain't even fighting Floyd. And the fact of the matter is he's jealous because he even vocalized that on some sort of podcast with. Let me tell you something real quick. I played high school football, same as Miyagi. We played on high school teams, wrestling, basketball, whatever you want to do. We did. We always were good at what we did. I know this is a small pie, but just gather what I'm saying. The white guys on the team flock to you a little bit. I'm not saying nothing wrong right now. It's the truth. Because if I'm running touchdowns, all the white guys who block for me, from the ones who play defense, is always come and pat me on the back, like, hey. But guess what happens when they feel like they're that close to you? They start to do uncommon things that you were prepared for because you thought they was good white folks. And so you go to the party, like, you know, my cousin did. You know, he played football with some of these guys who were under me in grade level. He went to the parties and he even came back with stories like you wouldn't even believe how the N-word was thrown around in there. I said, yo, bro, I'm not gonna say who my cousin is, but yo, bro, how you even stay there? Well, you know, he was doing his thing that night. You know, I could totally understand. You gotta be professional and like, yo, ignore certain things. But at the same time, look at the intel. See, this is what Floyd Mayweather was dealing with in front of him. He, like Conor McGregor, thought they can get in front of somebody who is way more on a different sort of pedestal as them. And, you know, because Conor was coming up too. But at the same token, it's like...
we're going to get into that.
No, I just want to say this, though. We'll get into it later. I'm not going to get deep with it. But the point is, both of them two thought they can get in front of a brother who has come from like nothing.
And that's what my brother.
And then he's at the level that you're still trying to aspire to. I don't even. If my daughter was in front of Beyonce, bro, I'd be like, you better talk to her with some respect.
Right, have some respect. See, again, that speaks to a whole nother issue of the generational piece. Because some would say this generation in itself is about entitlement, black, white, yellow, or whatever across the board. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't even just white folk. It's this generation that has a sense of entitlement overall too. That can be an argument too. But let me get back into this, man, because you know what Big L said on that verse. I'm so ahead of my time. My parents haven't met yet. Look, man, let me go ahead, man. Talk to him real quick, G.
See, this time around, when he comes back in, we're gonna let it just play because you know, there must be something to it. So we're gonna let this just play. Hey, go back 20 seconds, and then we're gonna let it just play for how long as you want.
Mayweather has always been older than Pacquiao. When he beat Marquez,
it muted.
Oh, did it mute?
20 seconds back. That's all, and we let it go.
Okay. My bad, people. My bad. A little technical difficulties, man. Good thing I got my brother here. My brother here, man, to pick up the pieces. You don't know about that Martin episode, nigga. Hustle, man. Pick up the pieces. All right, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Because I mean, and your boy, and we might not go through the whole thing. We really don't need to, man. Because by the time we get through breaking this down for y'all gonna have an overall picture of where we going with this, man. Because as a black person, it's like, dude, you gotta understand, we always have to adapt to where we are. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was just having this conversation. Like, if I'm white, Because a lot of times you would think this shit is like common sense shit, right? But think about it. If your culture, if you was in a culture, you really didn't have to deal with no other people like that. Let's say you way the hell out in the sticks or whatever. Like you not, do you really know? Like you just, this is your culture. This is who raised you though. So if you one of them people and you ain't even aware about no damn microaggressions or just the different levels of racism and all the shit, the systemic, like the shit that we know about, would you really know? If you know, and we ain't talking about just the real obvious shit. But go ahead, let me go ahead. Let me click play, man. My bad.
There's specific genre, whether you like him or not. He's a black leader. He's looked up to. He's highly respected. He's highly revered. Okay, he's one of our most esteemed athletes in the world. And he should be reduced to having someone take his fucking hat off his head. A man of his rapport. This is a man whose mother.
Ooh, see, it's so much to be said, man.
This is a man whose mother suffered from drug addiction, whose father was incarcerated, who was subject to extreme destitution, poverty, who then still perseveres, goes to the Olympics, and gets cheated. And despite it all, he didn't get discouraged. He remained drug-free. And won 50 fights professionally consecutively.
Facts.
And beat 16 world champions consecutively. This is a man that when he fought Pacquiao, he said Pacquiao was too old. Then how old was Mayweather? Mayweather wasn't younger than him 10 years prior. Mayweather has always been older than Pacquiao. When he beat Marquez, Floyd was too big. When he beat Canelo was too young, but Canelo had fights than fucking Floyd.
The hate is real.
So what do you say about all those damn fights that's on his record when he fought Floyd? Floyd was an old man when he fought Canelo. This is a man that every time he beat somebody's ass in the ring, the white man came with the microphone.
Don't give him no credit.
Circumvent
Larry Merchant.
his win by already attempting to say he was scared of another man.
Right.
Why don't you fight him? Why don't you fight him? Every time he wins is a damn excuse. So I'm gonna play it back. This is a man whose father was incarcerated.
Talk to me.
Who was the subject of extreme poverty, that is to say destitution, who was cheated in the Olympics, who every time he won on a professional level, there was an excuse made after him. And despite it all, he persevered and did it drug-free. And is respected amongst those who are into the pugilistic science, respected amongst entrepreneurs world over, who's generated over $1 billion in his career, who owns skyscrapers in New York City, plural.
Bet you didn't know that.
Who owns 2 of his own private jets, Air Mayweather.
Plural, that's 2.
He's gonna let some young motherfucker take his hat off his head after all the shit he's been through.
Come on now.
All black people have some trauma that they carry, and we all, figuratively speaking, are just waiting to take our fucking hat off.
Oh,
That's
Jewel.
pushing the goddamn button. Everyone has a button.
Jewel. Figuratively speaking.
What you talking?
Figuratively speaking. I know I messed it up the first time, but look. That shit, look at the symbolism.
I'm ready for it.
Like he said, we all have those triggers.
Right.
And this ain't just for race. This is just in general relationships. Well, like you wouldn't know.
Every gender, every race.
And our experiences shape who we are. Now, let's get into this damn taking of the hat. Now, he already gave you the backdrop. So did my brother El Reezy, man. Bruh come from nothing. And see, this is how you know it's just pure hatred. Because turn Floyd into a white man, he would be the most revered athlete ever. Remind you of something? Eminem, different industry, same thing. If he was white, who come from nothing to amass the type of wealth that he has, and to have done, I mean, dude, the man barely got touched in a 21 plus year career in a combat sport. Do you hear me? In the squared circle, 21 plus years, his competitors barely touched him. Like, this is a brother who, like my brother El Reezy said, he should be this dude, if this was martial arts, he would be the equivalent of a 12th degree black belt in multiple disciplines.
And,
do you understand me?
Hey, and you know what else? The thing about it is he can't respect him because the world's been taught since slavery on up to the evolution of everything else, even the technology, that the black dude is the worst and the black female come right after that. So when you look at it, listen, let me just say this real quick, and you can just play this joint, man. I think there's a lot of white people, European of descent, live in certain areas like Faribault and way up where there's only white people existing up there. That's what makes the whole 64% European in America make sense, because you got white people who come into the inner city meeting a black person for the first time when they're 21 or some shit. Like, interesting, right? Well, for those white people, let me share something with you. This is from the New York Times magazine right here. Okay, it's called the 1619 Project. Sometime in 1619, a Portuguese slave ship, the Sao João Batista, traveled across the Atlantic Ocean with a hull filled with human cargo, captive Africans from Angola and southwestern Africa. The men, women, and children, most likely from the kingdoms of Nindago and Congo, endured the horrific journey bound for a life of enslavement in Mexico first. Almost half the captives had died. By the time the ship was seized by 2 English pirate ships, the remaining Africans were taken to Point Comfort in a port near port by Jamestown, the capital of the English colony of Virginia, which the Virginia Company of London has established 12 years earlier. The colonists and everybody who was involved brought those individuals here to America thereafter, and then what you say, this word of taking the hat. They was taken captive. Now, I only say that brief little history because a lot of white folks don't understand that. So everything that looks like this seems suspect to them. But when you can literally listen to a black person, and just about every black person, I can't really speak for the newest generation, because I talked to a little girl, she didn't even know who Malcolm X was, but she knew who Martin Luther King was. The point is, people who grew up with me and Miyagi, we're well aware of slavery. We different parts of us understand different levels to it, and we get together and we just build on it. So when these kind of situations come up, something like Floyd Mayweather, he understands clearly what's going on, even when the guy start yapping his lips, whereas you guys think it's entertainment. But what I just read to you, free form, it goes back. Now, you can either care about it or not. Most of y'all still won't care about it because somebody taught you some other different kind of way. Your grandfather fought in World War II, or the blood, sweat, and tears of this country. Or you might get on TV like them dudes Charlemagne be clowning in the Donkey of the Day, talking about dumb stuff like slavery was an important part to American history. You can do it any kind of way you want to. The fact of the matter still is this: y'all don't understand this, and you're not interested to understand. So this video, if you've stayed this long, has even gone over your head too.
Layers. Let me tell y'all, because this dude, man, the video, so I mean, he laid it out, man. Brother Polight need to be, if he ain't already, a professor somewhere. And see, these are the things that, and I'm kind of surprised to hear that the African American studies aren't offered at the HBCUs. I heard that recently, man. But these are the type of things, which is crazy because where we went, we had an African American studies class. You see what I'm saying? One of the whitest institutions. But these are some of the things that you would learn. Look at everything that's going on in the world, man. Look at what's going on. A lot of this shit, when we see this shit happen, we like, dude, this is common sense shit. A lot of these companies and these individuals who are making these errors, man, it's because you do not. How can I say this, man? I don't even. And the shit's so crazy because we can't even say it's errors. A lot of this shit is intentional too. You see what I'm saying? And you always got to go back to the history of this country, man. We were never meant to be a part of the civilization.
Hey, I'll give you one
basic. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy.
Hey, real quick on that point, I'll give you a real basic one. How Miyagi just said, nothing's ever changed pretty much. Yo, I don't care if it's a pair of bell bottoms or some skinny tights. There's always been a favorite jeans people have always wore. That just comes around. It's just different shit, same toilet. You know, this stuff never changes. You know, Muhammad Ali was probably having some white guy talk shit in his face, or whoever was interviewing him. This keeps recycling. That's the only thing that makes me discouraged about what the future beholds for people who look like you and I. Because this shit just keeps recycling. Like, this is just a brand of some shit that is out to the consumer. We just do it in different ways. So, you know, Polight was building. Shout out to Polight.
Man, let me see, man, because shit, we can stop this thing 80 million times, but let me let the brother speak real quick, man.
Can get press that can make a switch. The button was the hat. Everyone in our community has that button where it's like, you know what? Fuck being professional at this point. This shit's getting ridiculous. So it's not just the hat. You gotta have respect when you're allowed to share the same space of a great man or a great woman. You got away with your fuck shit over and over. So, you know, you people here, now I know y'all hate to see another black man celebrate another black man's greatness. So y'all gonna attack me, y'all gonna trash me. But you gotta see what's really taking place here. In 1524, the letter J didn't even exist. Okay, it just started before 1524. The letter J did not exist. The letter J did not exist before 1524. And what this got to do with anything? Well, when they construct the letter J, suddenly this name Jesus arises. This means Jesus isn't an ancient term. It's not an ancient word. This shit is made up. Nobody was calling on Jesus. Okay? Prior to the 1500s, no one called on Jesus. You might say, what this got to do with Mayweather? What this got to do with the hat? Well, a few years after that, per the transatlantic slave trade, spearheaded by John Hawkins, Africans were kidnapped, stolen from their land, in addition to their resources. Because a few years after the letter J was created, one of the words that was created once the letter J got introduced into the language was Jesus. And they named the boat Jesus that was used during 1562 to 1568
That's them commercials I was talking about. We might get hit with a few of those, y'all. But you see he going in, y'all. Check it out.
Spearheaded by John Hawkins per the Atlantic slave trade.
History. Give them that lit.
Steal them and bring them to foreign lands such as America. We called on Jesus when we were kidnapped. We made songs as slaves praying that Jesus will one day come back. This is why so many religious songs have so many watery intimations. That's why you always hear about water in slave songs.
Wade in the water.
What does this have to do with anything?
You don't know nothing about that, though.
White people today will say, as far as slavery is concerned, get over it. It's easy for you to say when we see the scales are still in balance when it comes to power, when we're still the subject of racial profiling. It's easy for you to say, get over it. I will say we should get over it when we get over it. When we get to the top. But so long as there's discrimination, so long as there's racial animus being perpetrated against us, so long as we still are the subject of police brutality and unable to get better jobs, so long as this is the case, we can't just get over it. But what does this have to do with Mayweather's hand? White people have taken from black people and in other nations, but we're going to talk about here. And I'm not saying all white people are fucked up. Perhaps most of them, but not all. This I definitely know. Not all white people. I can tell you this 1,000%. But let's be for real. You've stolen so much from black people, and then you turn around and say, but just get over it. Just get over it. And what you don't understand is when a white man takes a black man's possession and walks away and says, hey, I mean, what's all this about? Y'all gonna fight me? Y'all gonna fuck me up just because? And other white people are doing all sorts of podcasts like, yo, just for a hat. That's how Mayweather's acting.
Keyword possession.
Let's look at this small sense of entitlement. A white man feels that he has the right to take a black man's possession and do what he wants with it and establish black man, and the black man should just sit there patiently awaiting until hopefully the hat returns. What fucking year do you think we live in? And what's wrong with you Negroes over here condoning this craziness? You hate your brother so much. You hate your brother so much that you acting like you don't understand. We can't get proper credit appropriations. They got credit card redlining that stops us from getting access to credit because it's against the law to alienate.
That science.
Avoid giving people
Drop that
credit
science.
based on their race, but it's not against the law to not give people credit, opportunities based on their zip code. But races exist in clusters called zip codes. So this is a catch-21. So we over here, we can't get access to better credit. So inadvertently, we can't get access to better living and other opportunities. You hypothecate mortgages, have subprime prices, and then you give us opportunities to own homes that you know analytically we cannot afford. So we'll go bankrupt and you'll be taking our homes. You took us from our foreign land, from our native land, pardon me, where we was indigenous too. So all this shit accumulates after a while. You feel what I'm saying? It accumulates. And eventually, we can't even get a fucking hat taken off our head. That's what I'm saying. We bust our goddamn ass to be great. You don't fucking come and try to demean us or undermine us or circumvent our greatness before our own ego. I'm happy he turned up. Because enough is enough. Sunshine got kicked in his fucking face for untying his lace. But you see, he kept it professional. He should have got kicked in his face. And every time Floyd gives these white boys a fucking opportunity to share similar space.
See, that's what I was talking about.
It's sacred space. And you got to
Real
respect
shit.
people's space of any race.
Real shit.
But you definitely got to respect the space of a champion.
Dude, like I you gotta understand, bro. Let me pause this real quick because as you know me, bro, as a combatant, and just as a student of the game, man. Like you've heard me talk, Mike Tyson's my guy, but Floyd, as far as a pure pugilist, man, somebody who was truly mastered the sweet science, bro. When I say this dude is at the pinnacle, and I know a lot of the old heads, Sugar Ray Robinson, they live and die by like that's to them, he's the greatest ever. You can't take nothing away from him, man. To me, he's really in a class of his own. I mean, they had 15 rounds back in the day. Hell, he was fighting out of his weight class and probably got over 200 professional fights. Like, they were straight gladiators back then, man. But when you talk about a modern day boxer, bro, and we ain't even, I'm talking about from inside the ring and outside the ring, because he is showing these boys a blueprint on how to build generational wealth. So this is the same brother y'all saying stupid. He can't read, from the hood, no formal education. Let me break this down to y'all just so y'all can understand why you gotta place him on his pedal. Because I'm in all the boxing groups and I see all the hate. People always want, like he said, dude, there's always going to be a reason. Even Floyd said it. He said, no matter what I do, even when I fight Pacquiao, y'all still ain't going to give me respect. So he's had to endure. Now, mind you, usually in the boxing arena, you know, these guys are revered. They're celebrated. You know, for somebody to do it in the way that Floyd has done it, he is probably one of the most disrespected out there, because part of it was a couple reasons before it. Because I understand as an entertainer, he took on the image of the bad guy. So all of this shit of being a jerk, talking shit and all that, he created that character. But the average fan who don't understand marketing and promotion and shit like that, they're never looking at it. They think that that's who the hell he really is. Now, I ain't gonna say some of the qualities, you know what I'm saying? Floyd can't be no fool, because he can, but shit, so could a lot of people. It's layers to people, man.
Yeah, I don't like America tries to do that. Like, so I don't care if you're upstanding or not. People know.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, when they say everybody's not perfect, fam, everybody has a moment. They have a crazy family. Like, I don't even know what we're trying to do here, other than just, you know, just one race of people at the bottom. Stop pretending like the people who are doing the criticizing, you know what your life's like. Maybe you should like parse words and like hold back. You know what I'm saying? They be shots at people like who look like us a lot more. And I just be wondering sometimes, yo, you talking as if your life is like no problems. Like, people don't do that, because if this was a true social media war, you know, we could get right back at the people who do these interviews or put out these rumors, man, you'll find out the whole world is imperfect, you know?
Already, man. It's just this is the dynamic, right? Of being a person of color, man, and the black person in particular. Like, folks don't understand, because everybody want to just lump us in with the minority group. Like, oh, it's everything black and white, black and white. All you got to do is go back and look at the history between us and white folk. If you want to know why in America everything is black and white, all you got to do is go back and look at the history. Like, we're to the point where we're tired of telling motherfuckers. You understand? We tired of explaining shit to you people. So now that you got these, you got Google, you got YouTube, put that shit to work, man. Seriously, go back, you know what I'm saying, do a little bit of research, and you're going to see why things are the way they are. And here's another jewel I'm going to drop on you. We made the mistake, and I think it was DL who said this one time, DL Hughley, of thinking that we are further along in this country than what we really are. It's 2021. Shit, I done heard of a couple lynchings. You know what I'm saying? Like, real life folks been found hung. You know, we still got the mass incarceration, which we know prison is really just a substitute for the slavery. That was just kind of a loophole, a little slick way to, okay, well, shit, y'all want to abolish slavery. Okay, we got another one for you. We going to make sure that most of y'all make up the prison populations in this country. You see what I'm saying? Slick shit. This is what we talk about when we say systemic racism. Because what I get from a lot of white people is, oh, that stuff doesn't happen anymore. Nobody, the people are getting hung and it never happens to that degree. But really, it does. But the most damaging part is the shit you don't see.
And you know, Brother Polight had brought up the whole inception of J in 1524 and how they started to formulate the whole ideal of Jesus. But if you go back and do your history, you look at 1 AD and you be like, they was already kind of like trying to get us to believe in some sort of like prophet then, and then they can flip it and turn it into Jesus. So when you look at the name Jesus, and who believes in Jesus that look like black folks, white people who be coming at you with those, oh, that's back in the day. Oh, that really doesn't matter. Oh, is this all about race? Those are guilt trips that they give to people who believe in that kind of religion, if you will, that believe in the white Jesus. They can come out and be in a black conversation and be like, Jesus is black. But they in their heart been brainwashed and conditioned enough to believe like it's only white Jesus that can save me. They take that shit to their jobs. Only white Jesus can give me a promotion. And the whole point is they know who to sell that to. But when they run into a brother who is looking at them like, you can say whatever you want, I know what you up to, I could read between the lines, they don't fool with them too much. So they know who's going to believe that guilt trip, because those kind of black people who believe in that kind of Jesus, if you will, they want to be white. They want to appeal to white society. They want to kind of be how Martin Luther King Jr. was at first, before he started really getting on some gangster stuff that really got him assassinated.
He don't know nothing about that though.
Yeah, he was really on that integration. He was really on that. Let's be accepted.
He woke up. Let's just say, bro, woke up.
He woke up. You know what I'm talking about? Got with Malcolm X and the whole nine. So I'm just saying, like, white folks like that, they know what kind of religious black folks to use that on to get them to be like, yeah, they're right, and then go to their other black people and try to spit that kind of knowledge to them, when really we understand what's really going on. It is still about race. You people praise Jesus and Christianity in light of negativity and hate. This is why, you really feel like killing us as slaves was a religious thing. Let's get this clear. Y'all not, when I first stepped foot into a Christian church when I was younger, I never thought about Christianity or religion being based off of murdering a group of people. Let's stop playing games here. So y'all use that.
They don't talk about that.
You hang black folks in the name of Jesus and the good Christian white man. You do that whole thing. And it's like, you got to wake up at some point. You got to know that more and more, like Miyagi said, there's black people waking up that you're not going to be able to come and say, oh, that is that really just about race? And we're going to look you back in the eye and be like, it is. Like Floyd said, it's always about that. So let's not play games.
And because people understand, man. This is what this man has dealt with, man. When you look, and you can literally go back and watch this brother's career from the beginning on up until now. Floyd is levels. I saw a photo shoot the other day, man. He pretty much was dressed in his gear that he's going to be fighting in, because I think the fight coming out, I don't know if it's this upcoming week or week after that, but the brother was in the photo shoot, man. And when I say Floyd looks the same, well, he didn't grew his hair out and he got his got a little beard now. But dude, physically, this brother looks the same. He looks like he's been preserved. Like this dude, and brother Polight gonna get on this, right? Floyd don't smoke, don't drink, didn't do it at all. Like he said, drug free his whole career. How many boxers can even say that? You see what I'm saying? But see, I didn't see a lot of folks, bought into the damn, what they say, drank the Kool-Aid of thinking, they got stuck on his old, the other personal shit. When you look at this dude in his profession, the brother literally is levels above. Even to you got good, you got great, and then you got gifted, man. This dude was a gifted boxer, brother. Gifted, and once he became the A side after he beat De La Hoya, it was over. They had to look. He wrote his own terms at that point, and see what they really hate. Because you already heard brother say he got 2 jets, owns a few skyscrapers in New York. See, this is shit y'all don't know about. He also, you talk about philanthropic work, man. I think he had paid for I think I heard it was more not Hagler, but I think Joe Frazier's funeral. You know, he had, you know, Floyd had paid for that. And he's done a lot of shit for a lot of people, man. And like you said in a recent interview, he said that because I don't want folks to know. That ain't enough for me to, you know, for me to brag about. Because see, and that's the thing. See, we as people, we know there's layers to folk. There's always some shit beneath that surface. The surface is one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that. But
to even get black people to be hating on other black people, this a tactic from slavery. When they put the light food in the house and the other cats,
talk to them.
The master already knew that
they ain't ready.
There was gonna be two of the same group of people already beefing with each other. Like somebody was better, somebody was lesser.
So you're not ready for that. They're not ready. Yeah.
So when they watch Polight talk about this, they're not understanding. Like, still not understanding. Acknowledge what contributed to your brother or your sister. We always watch fights. Sometimes we want to see the greatest black basketball player be taken down by maybe another black basketball player. Maybe it gives us some sort of like feeling of, yo, if he can do it, I can do it. But you know what? We should root for our brothers and sisters though. But that's not gonna happen here. They're gonna watch this and they're gonna side with them white folks that they're trying to appeal to.
Man, it's true that, man, once you get older, man, now I know what the old heads used to say. You know, we young, we thinking we know some shit, and like, man, you just don't know. Because when you get older, man, and really, I don't even want to say when you get older, when you a person who really pays attention out here, I guess, you know, and some wisdom does come with age, man. And like a lot of this shit, when you see it, you cannot unsee it. That's what I've noticed. When you leave the house, I mean, being at the gas station, you at the grocery store, microaggressions, man. I've noticed something that throughout my life that would happen, and it's got to be a cultural thing, and it's hard for me as a black man to not look at it and be like, man, I think they be doing this shit on purpose, right? This is what I know. I don't know if you've experienced this or not. Look, I'll be in a store, grocery store, right? And a white person will be behind me. What do you do when you behind somebody, right? Let's say you want to get by, and what would you do?
They're behind, man. You trying to get
No, I'm asking you, like, what would you do if you was trying to get by somebody, but
they was moving too slow in front of me?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna rush from behind them and try to speed up in front of them like a car.
Right, but you probably gonna say, like, excuse me, you know.
No doubt.
Right. Check this out, right? And I thought I was tripping, bro. But I bullshit you not, bro. This shit has happened throughout my life, man. Where I would be in front of a person and they sitting there, right? Now, I might see them out of my peripheral or something like that, but even still, I'm expecting if you want to get by, you know, excuse me or something like that. Yeah, you know, something to signify that, right? They never say that. I literally be sitting there. I've had folks sit there the whole time, not say nothing. They're waiting for me to acknowledge them and then move out of their way. Like, oh.
Now, how does that look?
Now,
you trying to speed up in front of me and I say, oh, excuse me, while you're
right. So you see,
kind of logic is this?
This is what I mean. And when he gets into this whole thing of entitlement, see, this is a cultural thing that if you're not black, you know, if you're not you ain't gonna really pick up on this shit. We do though. And I'm gonna tell you, this is how I know it's some bullshit, because I would look and see if they would do the same thing with other white people when trying to get by. Oh, excuse me. There's a difference. See, with black folk, it's almost as if they feel like they gotta stoop down just to show some respect and common courtesy.
You gotta
like that shit tripped me out, bro.
As a black person, you get the
tripped out.
I'm gonna say something bad. Black people, forgive me, but it's the truth about us. We get to a point that we can be subjective and we can determine who we feel like is one of those house niggas. Establish who the house nigga is during that moment in time, then all of our disrespect is justified. You see, because you think you more righteous than that person, but you don't even know him. This motherfucker can be in the drive-through placing your order and you still feel like you could talk better. And you get up to the window and you acting crazy, you know, making demands and shit. But that's your brother. You know, like Floyd's gonna say shortly here, we didn't even get a chance to learn English language. I think Polight says this, but we didn't get a chance to really learn it. So any black person who can actually speak the language a little bit, don't even trip, because first of all, it ain't that hard of a language. Second of all, it's not our native one. And it's like black folks need to start measuring other black folks based off how well they can articulate the English language. But none of us can speak the African one. It's shit like that that makes people doubt Floyd in this video.
See, man, and see, that's what I'm saying, bro. They not. And I don't want to overuse the whole thing about being woke, but it's just one of them things where, like I said, if you're not paying attention, man, and that's just one instance that I can, you know, tap into. But it seems to some people might seem like, come on, man, you're making, but it is a reality that you know, it's just a difference in the way they've always treated us, man. It's a difference in that. It's like they love us, but they hate us at the same time. You see what I'm saying? Like, it never fails. I've had that happen, both the men and the women. It's like they do not feel the need to show us respect, even if they just trying to walk the hell by.
Because they feel like the Lord Jesus blessed them with this soil called America. And the Lord Jesus blessed them with the victory over the Native Americans and anybody else who tried to like circumvent their land. See, they really are some individuals. A lot of them are, like Polight said, we could say most are not. Some are not, but a lot of them, most are, because they're in the political sector, they're in the business sector, they're in the police sector, every sector you can think of. And when I get a white lawyer,
power and influence,
right? When I get a white lawyer trying to represent me, comfortable with his level of specimen to what America, what allow him to do in my legal case. No, I don't trust him either. Those are usually what do you call it? Public defenders. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. White people cannot fault black people for not trusting them on the onset. You know, in a natural situation where you say you're innocent to proven guilty, they are guilty to proven innocent. You got to kick it with a black person a few seconds. You got to be chilling. You got to be in the hood. You got to be showing me like maybe we can trust Johnny from down the block. It ain't no such thing where you're going to show up talking something positive about Black Lives Matter or whatever you think is positive to us, thinking you finna convince somebody like me. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to kick it a few. And if you can't do that, and that's why we disrespect a lot of police officers, because they don't come to the hood and kick it a few. So that's why we're gonna get these issues. And so we're never gonna really we understand them. And somebody once told me white folks really understand black folks more than black folks understand black folks. I could eat that a little bit, but at the same time, down to this kind of shit right here. Nah, we understand what y'all on. Y'all on that goofy stuff. Y'all like to run around the high school and pull hats off somebody, expecting not to get your ass beat the fuck down. Excuse my language. You expect that. You know what I'm talking about? I remember I was in that Washburn with Travis Smith, and this big old fat chunky white dude, bigger than all of us, was going around trying to be on some wrestling around shit. And I was trying to let it go because I was just trying to get the lunch and shit. But Travis was like, you know what? We like fucking 8th graders and shit, man. No. We like 9th graders. We like, yo, let's go down there and see his ass now. 2 against 1. While we trying to sit up here and do what our mamas taught us on some Willie Lynch shit and let it go. Let's go down here and fuck with him a little bit. Guess what, folks? He didn't like them same goofy tricks. If you feel like you can get the luxury to do that shit on national television, on syndicated shit, and be looking at Floyd Mayweather like he being petty. When I flip it around, your ass be screaming that shit too. So,
yeah, man. It's
we got to get that down, man. Like,
yeah, bro. That's why I said, man. I already knew because, man, he do a good job of breaking it down here, man. It's a good conversation piece, man. So let me see what else he got going.
To share similar space, you don't violate the space that's being shared. But he would have been wrong if he kicked Son in his fucking mouth. Because in his white man's head, he should be able to touch and ridicule and physically violate another man without consequence. I guarantee you, if he would have got kicked in his fucking mouth for untying his shoelace, everybody look at Floyd and say, what's wrong with this guy? He's too violent. And y'all would say, it was just a shoelace. That's what you guys would say. It was just a shoelace. He had every right to untie his shoelace. You hear that false sense of entitlement from white people? Let me show y'all some shit. This is crazy. I'm gonna show y'all how deep this thing gets. I'm gonna show y'all how deep this gets. Y'all gotta realize, man, when I look at this situation, I be saying to myself a whole lot of things that I see a lot of things that people don't see. Okay? Look at this. Let's go to this dude's page. Let's go to his page. Let's go to Logan Paul's page, right? Because I remember Floyd said he was talking about race, and Logan said, why you got to bring up race? And Floyd said it's always about race, and I'm going to play that. But look at this.
Right, you heard us say that.
A lot of people don't know this, but the best
commercial
2021 is not by selling physical products on Amazon.
You're going to have to give Amazon that loot. Nah, it's bullshit.
This Logan Paul's page, right? This is brother, right? Now, Jake Paul's the one that did the craziness, but look at his page. We're going to go to his page. So, it's showing Floyd making a mockery. Why is it about the hat, right? But watch this. Watch this. Okay, that's when the hat gets taken, right? Now, look at this. Look what he compares it to. Look at this. He shows a Klansman getting his hat taken off. I mean, out of all things to fucking show, why are you showing a Klansman getting his headdress taken off? This Christian denomination that we call the Ku Klux Klan. That's right, it's a Christian denomination. Now, this is the same.
That is true. Why would he put that?
Why is it always got to be about race? But you see, the racial insensitivity out of all things to show you.
But of course, that's what's gonna get numbers. That's what's gonna get the views.
Getting his shit taken off. How the fuck are you comparing Floyd's scenario to this shit? And just the racial climate of America. Why is it necessary? This ain't no fucking joke here. This ain't no goddamn joke. You see what I'm saying? This is not a joke. Look at that shit. Am I bugging? Thank y'all. I see y'all in the comment section. But you see, this is the white man who just was crying, why does it got to be about race? Just was crying to Floyd, why it got to be about race? But then he puts this on his page as if to say, that's what his brother was doing. But this is a fucking Klans member getting his headdress taken off. And that's Mayweather, the part of the race that was abused by these motherfuckers. He posted it. All you gotta do is go on his page. He posted it. He posted this. You see? So when Floyd says it's always about race, and the white man snickers, no. Why it gotta be about that? It's about having racial sensitivity, because guess what? Take it. I'm gonna show you layers to this.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm highly invested in this fight. I want Floyd to whip his fucking ass, man. He can do it legally.
It done got personal.
Locking him up, right? But watch this. I'm gonna show y'all, and it's crazy that's on his page, right or wrong. That's crazy, right? I see y'all in the comment section. This is shit I be looking. I'm over here chilling, like, yeah, you know they promoting, but there's always some goofy shit going on. Always goofy shit. Conor McGregor did the same thing.
I was gonna speak on that.
Come on, you listening to hip hop, you quoting Biggie Smalls and all this, but you have no
I'll let him keep going.
The implications of what you're saying when you're using words like monkey and referencing black man. Now you totally
remember that.
What's going on? And you put your hand on his head like you sunning him, where the white man suffixed son to our names because he falsely and illegitimately and illegally adopted those that he kidnapped and stole from Africa. So we wound up having Jameson and Jackson and Blackson.
Washington.
These are names that represents the white man adopted you illegitimately.
Excuse me. And you know what?
Y'all want to play games, man.
Look, man. Look, see, folks don't understand, dude.
Talk about it.
And what's so ironic about the last name Washington and really Jackson? You know what's crazy is these were European names. However, in today's world, it's more black folk with these names than white people. When have you ran into what other white person you know, other than George Washington, who got the last name Washington?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
But
like, see, I don't think. See, this is the part. You know, I ain't gonna be too long with this either. So when white folks think that this shit is trivial, y'all don't understand. Because we literally stripped our native language from us. The black friends that you got, like, their names would be different. They would not speak your language. Like, you don't, this is how deep this shit really is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I like what he's gonna say too, because he may get into how he feels as though we should actually refer to ourselves as American Africans instead of the other way around. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I got from him. I took that 2 years
ago.
Man. It makes so much sense. We all around. It's
right.
African American.
We're Americans, but like you said, we're from the it's part of the diaspora.
Yeah, Australia.
Yeah, exactly.
American Africans, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's real, man. Let me cause bro, we going in, man.
Y'all want to really play? It's always about race. Floyd said that. It's always about race.
And we didn't make it that way.
Watch this. Look at this. Watch this video right here. Let's go to the 246 mark. Let's go here. Let's look at this. Look at that. That's this white man untying his laces. Look at this shit. Look at this. Untying his laces. You see? And Floyd ain't tripped. Look at this.
Professional, right?
And that was just whack anyway.
Untie his shoelaces. And what did Floyd do? Like a pro, he kept it going. Now watch this. Watch how they attempt to provoke him into doing something stupid or something violent. Let's say this. Let's go here. Let's show you. Let's go here. Watch this. Watch this. Look how it gets. Watch this.
The champ, and you love it, and you didn't do shit about it. The champ, the best fighter in the world, got a shoes untied like he's reading shit about it. We don't worry about that.
See, so now he's saying the best fighter in the world, and I love Floyd's response. They say your shoe untied, and he said your brother's untied. But this guy says the best fighter in the world gets his shoe untied and ain't do nothing about it. So they asking for violent provocation.
Hey, what if this fool knocked out Floyd, man?
Let me tell you something. Pause it real quick. Then I got to answer. I was waiting.
Shit.
Waiting for you to.
I just got that thought. Like, look at the size difference.
Okay, so so we can look at it from a different angle here. We can look at it from a business standpoint. People see Floyd finally get knocked out for the first time. He fights him again, doubles up, beats him. We know how boxing promotions do. Or you want to say more legitimately, maybe Floyd's just not in the best shape of his life. He got, he ain't grooming the beard or nothing. Like you could say he being reckless and gully, but you can go that way. The point of the matter is this, though. What if Floyd would have knocked his ass out right there? Because the white man always feel like he got the remedy to really agitate a brother. Police demonstrate this often.
Mm-hmm.
Be real polite to them, talking about, hey, yo, I thought I was going 45, not 55. And they get all agitated off the fact that you maybe like got some different intel on what you was doing and shit. You know what I mean? Because you was looking at your speedometer. The point of the matter is, what if Floyd would have knocked his ass out right there? The fight would have been off. So Floyd maintained his professional standards. And I really believe, bruh, he's going to probably beat him similar to how he beat Canelo, to be fair.
He pissed Floyd off, man. I could tell. Man, we usually don't see Floyd pissed like that. He don't really get out of character. I mean, his character is he be like he's that cocky asshole. That's his. He earned the right though. But when he took his hat, and this is why Brother Polight gave you the breakdown in the beginning about the significance of just taking things from brothers. I mean, like he said, Floyd, like a lot of us, came from nothing, man.
Native Americans call the white man takers. Asians call the white man takers.
Takers.
The whole world calls the white man takers.
Man.
And if you're telling me I'm on the lowest part of the totem pole in the eyes of the globe as a black man, based off what the media and the white man just done, I'm not going to be on this TV looking like I just let him take something else. See, the white man is in an advantageous position right now. He can do these things and come out the next day like Brett Favre and be like, or like, what's the quarterback's name from the Saints, Drew Brees, and be like, oh, I'm sorry. Now, black people can't really come out the next day. Ray Rice can't really, use excessive force, I would say, against his girlfriend and come out the next day and be like, I'm sorry. But the white guy who whooped up the sister can come out the next day and be like, the tackle who played for the Seahawks, he can come out the next day and be like, I got mental health issues, help me, please. And he get that help. See that there? He almost killed that sister, bruh. Did you hear?
I didn't even, bruh. It's been so much shit going on. I ain't gonna lie to you. When did this happen?
Yo, look,
it's a tackle for the Seahawks. He said he attacked.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. This happened about 3-4 months ago. They were ESPN. This guy used to play. I think it's Stanford. He used to play for Stanford, and he had a similar situation. He was being overly aggressive with his girlfriend at the time. Now he got a black sister, and he beat the shit out of her, bro. Beat her down. She called the police because she said he trying to kill me. He choked her out, Reek. You gonna look this up and be crazy? Like, oh my God. He choked her out. She went to sleep for like about 15, 20 minutes. Woke up. This dude was eating dinner at the table and looked at her and said, oh, I thought you was dead. And she ran to the bathroom with the phone and called the police. Now look here. He can come out the next day as a white guy and be like, I got mental health issues. This is true fact. But Ray Rice can't do that. But you know what?
It's always a double standard.
But the cap is, but the moment a brother like Floyd Mayweather's stature takes on the presence of a Jay-Z in an elevator, getting kicked the shit out of, never does nothing.
Talk to him.
Now you want to clown the brother for being soft? You want to hear the white boy say, hey, yo, he just got his shoe untied or whatever the case, and he ain't doing nothing. You want to do that now? Don't you see what he's trying to make? He's trying to make power moves. What are you doing?
See, these are the games that are played. These are the games that are played. As much as we want to get away from the topic at times, we talk about racism and all that. This shit is really embedded in damn near everything in this country. So why would you not think? And see, this is what white folk don't understand too. Majority of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is just really the depths of it all.
Hold
I
up.
think I touched on this before. Oh, go ahead.
Nah, hold up with the depth thing. Because every white person who befriends a black person, somewhat legitimate, knows a couple things. See, beware of this, black people. Number one, a white person, a white guy especially, and a white female, but a white guy especially knows what he can bring to the table for you. That's number one. Watch for that. Number two, they start being extra friendly. If you take the bait, number three, they'll become too comfortable with you, and they'll start doing shit that you are uncomfortable with. I just said the three things you need to watch for. They know what they can bring you access to. I've heard Dave Chappelle clown about having a white guy had a white friend in the car, and he got off early from the cops. Comedians make jokes about this all the time. Then they start being extra nice, almost seeming like they're down for the cause. But once
that's that compassion,
right? But once you take that bait, they start saying the N word. Like, I guess we cool now, and it's hard for you to swallow. That's why you got to be careful.
Man, let's click back in, bro. Like this shit. And we didn't even have, to be honest, we didn't even need this video for this conversation, but it's a good reference point, man. Because the brother, man, it's so many jewels on here, man. Let me go ahead. Let it ride.
As long as their hand is in the air, saying, I got the hat. They don't care about nothing else. See, this is why we got to be careful when we share the company of these crowd chasers in this YouTube generation, because the things they are concerned about is not what we're concerned about.
At all.
Well, look at them. They was already attempting to create the type of provocation that could lead into that melee. And this is what you got to understand. They didn't care if other people could have got hurt in the interim.
They're just concerned about views.
That they was putting. Really think about this shit. So they was attempting to get him on some violent shit early in the game. So then when that ain't work, yo, let's talk about his family. Let's do all of that. But watch this. I want y'all to check this out. Let's go right here. I want y'all to check this out. Right? Look at this. Look at this right here. We're going to decode this shit. So watch this. Now before he can't read, right? I want to talk to y'all about this. Now I want y'all to understand. This is what I'm talking about. You see, when black people attempt to talk to white people so they can understand, yo, this is not cool when you talk to us. Y'all want to play games with the nigga word, right? But let's talk about reading. Where the fuck does the white man got the right to ridicule any black person about the way they speak or read a language that was forcibly imposed upon us? Let's really have this conversation. Let's look at this.
Let's talk about it.
Let's really look at this. Let's go back. Let's go back.
One thing we know, us as black people, we die for what we believe in. We stand for what we believe in. And a lot of us got killed and died for it.
How about that? Floyd just dropped some shit on his punk ass.
He really did,
though. A lot of us got killed for even attempting to read. If they caught us fucking reading, because when they took our language, they cut our fucking tongue out our mouths. If they caught us speaking our own language. So we were forced to speak this bullshit bastardized language called English. And you Negroes will be over here making fun of another black person for not being as proficient as you are in the slave master's tongue.
That's why I say it's levels. That's why I say it's levels, man.
We're going to see the French in your tongue. We're going to see the Spaniards in your tongue. We're going to see the European in your tongue. The people that are fucking conquered will make fun of each other for not speaking the slave master's language. So what I'm saying is, Floyd is absolutely correct. We were murdered. We were murdered for getting caught reading. So in 2021, it's not cool for a white man that's going to attempt to make fun of anybody for not being a master at his language. And I wrote over 90 books in this language. I speak 7 languages. I wrote over 90 books, and I still don't give a fuck about
in somebody else's language.
I wrote more books, and white folks should be ashamed. I done wrote more books than their children even read in the language that they forced on us. This is not our language. So how stupid do we sound as black people making fun of other black people because other black people may not be masters of this language? And Floyd can fucking read. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. That man be sending me texts and articles and shit for me to look over and for me to review. Floyd Mayweather.
They don't know that though.
But what I'm saying is, who fucking cares? White people stripped us of a thorough knowledge of self.
At the end of the day,
they caught us speaking in our own language. Took the time out to forcibly impose their language on us, which means when you impose your language on the people, you impose your psychology on the people. Then when we were taught the language based on the way they wanted to teach us, they made sure they would be in control of what exactly we read, which would be the Bible. So when we do read, that's what we will read. So what I'm saying is, in 20, so we can share the same God as our slave.
Layers.
That was for all you religious folk.
They are still worshiping the same God of your slave master. So he helped one people get oppressed, and he helped another people do the oppressing. So in 2021,
dude, see, and see, this is why, man. It's a reoccurring theme. Even the piece that we did on the series Them, okay, this is what we mean by layers to this racism thing, man. But if you really paying attention, because I hate when folks really act like they don't get it, they don't know. Think about it. A group of people clearly, didn't have in the best interest for a certain race of people when they went over to their land, brought them here to do their work for them and to treat them like cattle rather than actual people, and even put in the Constitution that we were 3/5 of a person. We weren't even considered an actual human being. Do you understand how deep that?
But think about that for a second, because here, white folks, here's another nugget for you. The reason why they chose black people, Africans second, is because they knew they couldn't enslave the Native Americans because they look too much like them, or they might be confused, a few of them. So you get the black people to come over here and say, you got them working in the sun all day, and you recognize scientifically, genetically, they can withstand the sun longer than you. And with strength to be out there hours on a day, and you want to sit up here and make them 3/5 of what again? See, this is the crazy shit I be saying. Like, these are the people who be teaching us math in elementary and shit. They can't even do simple math that way. You know that the master was using the black woman during slavery for her colostrum because she had more quality in hers than your own white wife. So how can you at some point say that? Well, I'll tell you why you say that. You say that because you want the world to catch on. See, Jewish people understood, and maybe I'll get in trouble for this, but they sort of understood when they was in the ghettos and others was on top, that they understood that somebody has to be on the bottom in order for somebody to be on top. And when the whole situation with the people in the Mideast started enslaving Africans first, Europeans and Jewish people caught on. And they said to themselves, since even Mideastern people have deemed them as the slaves, and their hue makes them different, we can capitalize off this, because only in a matter of time they'll be considered on the bottom. It don't matter if it's the male or the female, they'll be on the bottom just based off their skin color. This is what it's all based upon.
essentially that's what it comes down to. They tried to make us believe that we were beneath them.
And they did. And they did.
You understand? Like, and it's crazy because, like you said, science proves even genetically we're dominant, man. Like, see if it's something that I have to say is this reoccurring theme or just something that's common when we talk about, you know, the slave masters and just, you know, like you said, the white man throughout history. And I think I heard like this poetry group say this too. They did a piece and it was just called, you know, the white man has a God complex. Like, think about that. You know what I'm saying? You can't really like argue against that when you look at the steps that have been taken throughout history and the overall mentality.
And in order for him to have a God complex, he actually needs to know who God actually is. And this is what troubles me about most of my black sisters these days. The priest, right? He prays to a black Madonna. They understand that the black woman is the closest thing to God. This is what disappoints me about sisters when they say 1 in 4 are married. Quick sidebar, because you are the black God. You are closest to him. But see, what Rico just said was paramount. They made you drink the sauce. They made you think like, yo, sister, always can run to white Jesus. This is why you proclaim him so high. This is why you can go to the government and get child support. This is why, you know, you can call the cops on your boyfriend when he's just raising his voice, being a man, because you starting up with him. So the white man, that's why I said, Rico, because the white man has really gotten some of us tricked.
And that's the thing about it, man. That's when I meet or run into some of us who are, like you said, lost in the sauce. That's even more disturbing to me, to see one of us who's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like nothing happens, right? There's a couple brothers I ran into on Facebook who, because, and granted, you know, like just because you're black don't mean you have all the same damn experiences, right? But to pretend like what we don't know to be true, you know, like, or what we do know to be true does not happen at all, man. It's just ridiculous. That's you choosing. That's willful ignorance. You see what I'm saying? Like, you do got some of us running around telling me, oh man, I don't know. I've never experienced. Lil Wayne. I think Lil Wayne said something about slavery didn't exist or racism don't exist or something like that. Or he's never in his life.
Hey, but to that
came across.
But to that Lil Wayne story, think about the trickery for a second. I respect Lil Wayne. I actually think his bars were better than Nicki's and Drake's on this new song they got. I think it's called Green. It's called.
Check that one out.
Yeah, but the thing about Wayne, especially people who reside down south, they drink the sauce faster. Because I had somebody who lived down south tell me, which is definitely true, that white folks who live down south are more authentic and genuine with their racism. They let you know where they stand. So anytime anybody from down south knows that philosophy, that's the code. When they run into a white person who saved them from a gunshot and they could have died on the floor, they think that person is good white folks. Now, nobody suggests that Lil Wayne is going to later on in life worship them and say, I've had more black people try to set me up versus white people. Actually, a white person saved my life. But see, that's the trickery. Because Lil Wayne, when you put impoverished people of any kind next door to other impoverished people, they're going to rob each other. So that has nothing to do with race other than the fact that most of y'all look alike. But see, what happens? You drink the sauce, you start to try to figure out who good white folks is and who ain't. And I'd be like, for what? Approach them the same. Just because they come in contact with you don't mean shit. They still got work to do. We gotta spend time, nigga. Yes, you are a nigga as well, white person. We gotta kick it because you can't just save me off the floor and get me revived. And I appreciate all that. But it's still like, you know, who the fuck are you? Maybe you just wanted to get your name in the paper. Fuck out of here.
Man, you can't make this shit. Let me see what else bro got to say, man. And like I said, people, we you know, me and my brother, we build like this all the time, man. And now we're just bringing it to the YouTube platform. And, you know, and it's wide open. You know what I'm saying? Those with opposing views. Like, we try to look at things from all angles. That's why, you know, when you be able to go back, you know, after we're done here and rewind some things even that I've said, like, you know, there's other sides to this. What if you are a person, you know, a white person who hasn't lived in the city, who hasn't been around a lot of minorities, who, you know, some of these schools are not teaching African-American studies and things like that. You are going to be a little ignorant to some things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if you and that's the whole point. Black people, we really figured like when that white boy took that hat off his head, the shit we all saw, or the shit with George Floyd, we just thought black people would be like all in agreement. But there's some people, like I mentioned, I'm not dissing Lil Wayne, I'm just dissing the situation. And people like that. They drink the sauce and they're traumatized. And the one little inkling of positivity they can see from the person who caused them trauma, bro, they start giving them, you know, you need to go see a therapist, fam, or just kick it with us.
Man, let me see what this fool, man. I'm sure it's gonna be something else he gonna touch on to make us want to go in.
For either not being able to read or not making suitable proficiency in the preceding degrees as far as reading is concerned. It is an insult to our intelligence. You should feel uncomfortable complaining about us not being able to assimilate the understanding of a language that doesn't belong to us in the first place, that was forcibly imposed on us in the second place, and now we can't remember what the fuck we were speaking in the third place. But y'all don't realize this because everything's a damn game. So watch what happens when Floyd is breaking down. Yo, we were killed if we were caught even reading. And you fucking around, you want to be a white man talking to a black man about reading, that don't work. That just doesn't work. So I agree with Floyd. See, y'all play games, and y'all want to talk shit about the homie. But he takes the time out to drop the science, but y'all so fucking enamored and jealous and have so much animosity that he's doing better than most people. And he worked for his shit. He worked hard for everything he got. You're so mad and jealous at each other. You can't even hear when the brother's kicking Jews. That's why I fuck with him. But watch this. Watch this. It's gonna get more crazy. Watch this.
You got that loot too, brother.
Watch this.
Cause he done went through it, man.
It's always about race.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
And a lot of us got killed.
See, that's what I'm saying, man.
Because it's always about race. It's always about race.
Why he say you making this about race?
He took that white boy off script.
I don't know what people was watching, but son, I be on this shit right here. I'm
See, he gets right. You can tell he in his element with this shit.
proud. And if it wasn't always about race,
And so,
I ain't always about race.
for some of y'all who don't, I mean, if you do or maybe you don't, man, Brother Polight is also Floyd's spiritual advisor, so to speak.
Reason.
So, but I mean, but like he said, man, Floyd, you have to understand the position that he's in now. He took that shit. Like, that's what folks don't see. Y'all really making fun of the wrong one. How many boxers we know, right, who had careers, even the great Muhammad Ali, you know, they had to jump back in the ring because they had to fight for some money. They had to tarnish their legacy. You understand what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Floyd Mayweather, listen, Floyd Mayweather does not have to do that shit. He did shit like you heard him say a few minutes back. I'm my own boss. Once he came up with Mayweather's promotions,
yeah,
it was over. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna say this in Cat Williams' voice if I can. Let me tell y'all white folks something. The moment they knew that brothers would fight white boys, they said we can cash in. The moment brothers start knocking out white boys, they said, hold up, we got to find a great white hoe. Ladies and gentlemen, white folks in attendance, I'm here to tell you today, the moment Floyd Mayweather went 50-0, that fuck white folks shit all the way up. This is the reason why you put up with Muhammad Ali, all your favorites, Mike Tyson, motherfucking what's the dude's name? Sugar Ray Leonard, anybody you can pull up, even your favorite white boxer. The moment he went 50-0 and established his own business acumen, it really fucked white folks up. This is the reason why they have to say he ain't fought nobody. Or don't you think that was a bit foolish of you to say that, do that, or bring up his personal life as if they ain't out there like Marv Albert jacking off somewhere like George Michael? Let me tell you something, folks. They hate on Floyd because he mastered the boxing undefeated. You fight who's in front of you. And also the promotion. I mean, we used to have Don King and what's the white boy's name, Rico? That was the promoter with the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight and did a lot of promotion before. Remember him?
The promoter, you say he was the actual promotional company?
Yeah, he was representing Pacquiao during the time Mayweather.
Arum. Bob Arum.
See, when a person like Mayweather, who's a fighter, comes in and says, I'm skillful enough to be undefeated, and also I can take over Bob Arum's job and Don King's, and I can be both lanes. White folks are just afraid if this nigga gets a media company, it is definitely over. He can report on what he wants. He has the whole game sold and locked up. Folks.
For real. That's what they don't want to say. And it's coming. I'm going to tell you why. Look, I'm on his IG right now, right? As much as they love to hate this brother. This is how many followers that he has. 25.7 million followers.
Now let's just do this the easy way. You said 25.7,
and that just brought me something to real quick. Because after you watch this video, go watch the one where he's sitting down talking to the the commentator or whatnot. And the guy said, why are you doing this? And what are you doing? And he was just like, dude, where else can you go? He said, people have the wrong depiction of what retirement is. You just thinking about the guy laid up with his feet up, on the beach somewhere. He said, that's cool. He said, but what y'all not understanding is that I can make basically 9 figures in a few minutes, man, and just basically in a glorified sparring bout. Who wouldn't want to do that? Like, that don't make no sense to you? So, and see, that's the part that go ahead, bro.
No, I'm going to just ask you real quick, just so I can get my numbers right. How much is pay-per-view fights?
Dude, man, with Floyd, we done seen them as high as $99.
So let's say 100.
But typically around 69, 79 these days.
So his reward money to split or do whatever the fuck he wants because he's promoting it at 25.7 million followers. Who are paying, all of them are paying $100 for pay-per-view. You do understand what I mean about Bob Arum and Don King and how this nigga just fucked up the entire game. And if he can just...
They ought to hear that, though.
Hey, Rick, what's that one brother's name that got his own weather company? Byron Allen.
Byron Allen.
If he can somehow become Byron Allen and get his own network, you can sit up and say he can't read all you want. He's got the whole thing on lock. This is what you amateur boxers want. Am I correct in saying that? Did I say anything wrong?
No, but see, a lot of the amateur boxers, they ain't even thinking on that level. He's paving the way. That's the thing about it. They just probably know, get money, get a little bit of money, take care of it. They not thinking about.
But Reek, if you're watching them,
there's levels to that shit.
If you're watching all the greatest boxers, his name's coming up, even with the Muhammad Ali's and Mike Tyson's, right, and Roy Jones's, and you're saying to himself, like, me as an MC, perhaps looking at Jay-Z and said, "Damn, Jay-Z is doing it exactly like we talked about back in the '90s, and he did it." Why wouldn't you sit up here like an amateur boxer? I don't give a fuck what your race is. You have to be sitting up looking at this dude saying, yeah, he's paving the way. So how can I untie his shoelace or take his hat off? Are you fucking kidding me? Talk a little trash and get the fuck off the stage.
They just, see what it is too, man, is these guys, YouTubers, they really been making that guap. You see what I'm saying? Like these dudes, Logan, and that's what I was getting to with my last example, right? Because Floyd broke out his phone, and the guy was like, Floyd said, "Name another boxer." What did he say? Who is this popular or something like that? And the guy was like, Tyson Fury. Like you tell he's from the UK. Floyd said, "What?" He said, "Hold on, let me do something." He goes on his phone. No, he told him. He said, "Pull out your phone. Pull out your phone." And they first dude kind of hesitate, like, okay. Pulls out his phone, right? He said, "Look up how many followers Tyson Fury got." Right? So I'm gonna do this as I'm sitting here. How many followers does Tyson Fury have? Right? The Gypsy King, 4.2 million followers, right? He said, okay, now mind you, y'all, this is the man y'all talking about stupid. He said, now pull up how many, is it Logan or Jake? Shit, I probably could pick either one of them.
Logan's who he's fighting. Jake's the one who took the hat off.
Okay, let's go to Logan Paul.
Logan untied the shoelace.
Oh, he's fighting Jake, you said.
No,
Jake, right?
He's fighting Logan. Logan untied the shoelace. Okay. But somehow he ended up in front of Jake Paul, who took his hat off.
So check it out. Logan Paul, well, Tyson Fury had 4.2. Logan Paul has 19.3. Now hold on, let's go over to the brother now. Let's go over to his brother Jake, right?
Yeah, I want to know what Jake got because Jake might have got a
Jake Paul has 15.5. So both of the brothers,
and he the guy who knocked out
3 times.
He just knocked out Nate, and his younger brother still got more views than him. So they on that YouTube shit. He took his hat off for views. He didn't care if that takes place or not.
So check it out. To Floyd's point, to this guy, this reporter that was talking to him. Why would you pick Jake Paul, Logan, whoever to fight? So to see, Floyd understands business. Well, y'all calling this man stupid. He's a billionaire. Let's be real. And as far as boxing pay-per-views, he is the only boxer to eclipse $1 billion in pay-per-view buys. Know that.
He's like
he's getting a percentage.
My followers,
of that money.
My followers plus his followers. His older brother ain't got enough.
Man, see, he's understanding that, dude. You talking about a Tyson Fury? Who do these young people want to see? They don't give a damn if Jake Paul is a seasoned vet or not. They know Logan and Jay. They know them from the YouTube. See, this is the era we're living in. Floyd has adapted to that. And he calls us the money team for, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why he claimed the money team. That's his movement. You know what I'm saying? He patented that whole TMT. He patented TBE. Folks don't understand that, man.
And in the Bernie Mac voice, huh. Once I wanna see some. I want Mayweather knocked out Logan Paul. Y'all motherfuckers gonna be looking at Logan Paul like he's motherfucking Nate Roberts.
I'm sick of this shit.
Who you
What
with?
time?
Who you with? Uncle Fat, who you with?
He said, I'm sick of this shit. What type of shit it is? But it's real. This is real, man. Let me go. Let me continue, man. Because my brother, look, he's breaking it down. And see, I'm starting to get excited like he was. Because the shit is levels to this shit, man. This is what I love about even as you get older, brother. Like homie said in Baby Boy, he said, man, this shit ain't nothing but a rerun to me, man. Y'all running around thinking y'all know something. This ain't nothing but a rerun, man. Holla at him, brother.
And what's up with that Ku Klux Klan association that he's doing out of nowhere?
Uh-huh.
I mean, we would think, considering the racial climate of America, there's no place for that. Making connections with a Klansman getting his hat taken off. So, you think I'm reaching because he shouldn't have the right to complain about a black man and his understanding of a language that his slave master forced on his people? What are you so fucking mad that we ain't doing such a good job learning your language? It's not ours. This English shit is not ours. That's just a fact. It's a big language. We have languages far older than this language that we don't even recall speaking because of the international crime of kidnapping that took place. Okay? Let's not be confused with us. There was black people here in America too when they stole black people and brought some of us here too.
Talk to him.
So I'm American first, then I'm African. I'm an American African of the diaspora. I'm not an African American. I hope you walk with me on that. Because you fuck around, sneak your ass out of America, now nobody gonna claim you. You got the right to America. Don't be turning around here acting like you're not American.
That's
so
real
you
shit.
Get away with the bullshit. You're American first with African ties. There's nothing wrong with that. I know we come from Africa, but we're American first. We're American Africans of the diaspora.
And they might change that too.
Talk to me nice. Come on, man. Y'all.
He said, talk to me nice, man. Look, you know, brother Polight, he be all up on the battle rap scene too and shit.
I celebrate my brother. Like I said, a lot of you gonna disrespect me because you see me honoring my brother. But we should all honor each other when we do great things. That's it. And so I'm not looking to turn this into a big racial affair. No. But it is what it is when people create those implications. I didn't create the racial implications.
Right.
And anybody that knows me knows I have my share of powerful
commercial. But did you catch that piece though? Did you catch that jewel though?
Oh,
here we go.
Well, they talk about shaving nuts. She fine as hell.
You a fool.
Friends, as you would say, that they just 100 with me. I'm talking about these fuckboys. You know, they're young and they're goofy. They need to be educated. I'm not saying that Logan Paul is like the big time racist. He might be a closet racist for all I know. I don't know. The shit is suspect. And what you got to do, you got to correct people when they're in error. Jake Paul, I'm not saying he's a big time racist. I'm not saying Conor McGregor's racist. I'm just saying they do racist shit. And it could be because they choose not to listen when black people talk. So it's not our fault you're not paying attention because so much shit has been going on. America is one of the #1 places you should have a 101 on racism. So you don't make these so-called errors. So it's
excuse me.
See that these are errors being made. See a black man.
But is it really an error though? Well, they just don't give a damn.
He's responding a certain way.
Nah, he got to be politically correct.
For you to even feel so
they know, do they though? Do they got to be politically correct?
Why are you acting like that? For you to feel
nah, but the way he phrased that, he had to be. It felt like, but he knows that they know what they're doing.
Just wait there patiently.
Go ahead, brother. What'd you say?
I said the way that he phrased that, he had to be politically correct with that because, you know, we got algorithms and everything else, and that's not really the vast majority of the message he's trying to spread. But at the same time, deep down in Brother Polight heart, and I have to know this, he knows they know what they're doing. They've been doing this shit since we've been in elementary. Somebody been teaching them how to come to school. And then when we become adults, somebody taught them how to come to work. You understand? So it's like it's not oblivious to them. The moment, like, you know, for Jake Paul to sit up there and be like, "Why are you making this about race?" Well, you know, you understand race by saying that. By saying to him when he was dropping knowledge about, you know, you know, when we were slaves. If you don't know who slaves are, okay, I give you a pass. But if you know about slavery and slaves and the deception of Africans in America, then you know something about race. That's why he said to him, that's why he said, "Why you making this about race?" And that right there, black people and white people, let you know he understood the whole dichotomy of taking his hat off, his brother untying the shoelace. They know what they're doing. Even when you bring up the subject of you don't know how to read, he's not saying it like it's an average person on the block, like a white person or whoever that don't know how to read. He's saying it because he's a black person, and we get on black people about how they articulate in their success in school. So you definitely understand what's going on here. So why you take the hat off?
It's deep, man. It's deep. Let's continue.
Until you're done, or if you choose not to even give it to them in the first place. Like, how are black people missing that and making fun of Floyd? But I guarantee you, if another black person took something from Mayweather, they would say, "Yo, you should have whipped his ass. Yo, you should have fought him. Oh, you were scared." But you see, every opportunity these type of white folks get to circumvent the greatness of one of our leaders, they won't hesitate. Conan won't hesitate, and Floyd stayed professional. Jake Paul did what he did, and Floyd remained professional. Logan Paul started going in and agitating him and antagonizing him, and Floyd remained professional. But at some point, goddamn, what the fuck? Now it's like you bullying people and pushing them on the lockers. Then when the nigga pull out the blicky, then it's like, "Yo, why you doing so much?" Yo, shout out to TMT security, because they could have killed that boy.
Listen to this.
There's no way you can walk out of there unless they chose for you to walk out of there.
Real shit.
And I already know one of my homies in there specifically.
On the payroll.
Shout out to Big Mike too. The big white guy that was.
He said, "Hey, Big Mike."
We know you ain't really want to jump in for your brother.
Because they ain't harming young.
Videos out. You was just being held by Big Mike. Shout out to Big Mike, because Big Mike could have fucking beat the shit out of you and body slammed you. And let me explain something to these white cats, man. You want to fuck with people that come from the streets, but you don't got no street smarts. Understand this, Logan Paul. What your brother did could have had serious implications, because while you was walking around there, what happened? And you was free to walk around even though your brother started shit. Let me explain something to you in the hood. In the fucking hood, let me tell you something. Yo, we can't get to your brother, we taking you down. In the hood, while you walking around thinking, well, you thinking white America shit. That's what you thinking. Well, my brother started the problem, so I'm safe. In the black community, you see, you want to fuck with black people from the streets. You want to fuck with a person with a background like Floyd. He may not have been out in the streets drug dealing and all that, but he's been subject to this. He's been subject to the hood. Traditionally, when you fuck with a black person, whoever's in your company is fair game to get their ass beat too. So you walked around freely in your white is right entitlement world. Hey, what happened? Oh man, that's crazy. But there would have been some Negroes right there scheming. They would have steamed you up. I promise you this. I promise you.
Rick, I got
That East Coast lingo.
Real quick. Yo, I was watching The Godfather of Harlem, right? And they had Bumpy Johnson, you know, tied in knots between the Italians and the cops. He couldn't make no moves, right? And the cop was on the payroll for the Italians. You know what Bumpy Johnson did? He came up to the police station because he wanted his people downstairs released because they just got beat up and they need to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
right?
I saw that episode too.
And he gave that motherfucker a note and he said, "Call home." And
I know, right?
and the brother was there with his family, like, shut the fuck up. Now what? Now Bumpy had asked this cat on at least 2 or 3 other occasions, let the brothers and sisters that you beat up illegally from the basement of the police station and let them go to the hospital. White folk didn't make no move until he gave him ultimatum and said, yo, your family is held hostage. See, really, this is how niggas do.
Mm-hmm.
So if we really want to know, white people, we really just trying to be civilized. You keep trying to take advantage of that.
Look, man, like I said, your boy could be super long-winded with this one. I want to hear what else bro got to say. I want to hear what else my man's got to say real quick, man, before I go back in on him.
Don't even think they're involved. You're automatically involved because your brother's involved. You're lucky. That's how that shit works. And you don't even realize, you know Brooklyn for real. I'm from the 90s, man, East New York. Y'all already know how we give it up.
East New York.
But I'm just saying in general, learn something from the people you fucking with so you don't put yourself in harm's way. Talk to your brother because, y'all could have literally got killed. Y'all could have got someone else hurt. If y'all had more security, it could have been homicide in that bullshit. All because you want to take a hat off. All jokes aside, someone could have got stomped out. Someone could have got just seriously hurt just in the middle of all that shit. Like, y'all gotta really wake up, man. Like, that shit that y'all doing for the clout chasing and everything, and black people guilty of that shit too. It just happened to be these 2 white guys. Wake the fuck up. And know when you antagonize them. Because I'm gonna tell you, some of them people in TMT, I know one person in particular who always in go mode. And all them times that the TMT security gotta fucking tell someone, don't take this picture, yo, don't do that, and people get tough, and they always gotta subdue their passions and not really hurt somebody. When you create these opportunities for people to legitimately beat your fucking ass, you gotta be careful, man, because you don't know. I know in their chest, they just waiting for the day where they legitimately, no questions asked, honestly can really break someone the fuck up. That day almost happened.
But that's what the fight's for.
And see, being, a former bouncer myself, man,
Shout out to the security
hey,
for holding
you gotta understand the type of patience you gotta have, man.
You gotta be like the dude in Players Club. Be like,
and still be professional. You know who that was? Rest in peace, Michael Clark Duncan, man.
No doubt.
Because somebody really got this shit cracked.
Yeah, man.
Floyd's empire go down.
Polight
So
fool.
ultimately, you guys did the right thing and separated.
Yeah, they handled it well, but that's what they get paid for.
Jake's brother, and even helping Jake out of it. There's TMT security helping to make sure that he just goes his other direction. That was professional.
Yeah.
You fuck around with the wrong black people, you think you're gonna be taking off hats and got your hat, you fuck around and get clapped. I mean, black people be millionaires still walking around with fucking illegal handguns and will clap you and probably even rap about this shit after. Like, you don't understand what kind of psychological issues we got in the black community. Fucking put you down just to make it clear. You can't do that to me. The ego of a black man and a black woman is so fucking high before the
and that was
real.
That was Floyd's people holding them back. People twisted. Like, yo,
hold on, bro.
That nigga
Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say that nigga seen red. That was Floyd's people holding him back. It wasn't no regular security, from some boxing league or whatever. No, that was his people saying, yo, a million times. Like, yo, son, the money. Because Floyd was gonna really grab this dude.
That's my point. When I saw we never seen Floyd turn like that. That picture in itself says a lot. Like, this dude is not gonna. It was supposed to be an exhibition, but I think Floyd really about to beat this boy ass, man. I think he trying to. But see, I mean, I'm looking at the size difference though. Floyd can definitely outpoint him, but
power,
it's still everybody got to punch his chance.
Let me tell you what I'm saying. So
he got to still go in there smart and see Floyd. He do this shit, so I know he gonna be on this shit, bro.
I said the same thing when I saw the picture, B. I said, yo, he's bigger than this brother right here, like Nate Robinson shit. You know what? You know what? But
Man,
guess
Paul.
But guess what? He ain't fighting him. He fighting a littler dude. So Floyd's smart enough to be like, yo, it's still in the weight class. So the dude we see right
I
here,
think both of them are. I think both of those guys are significantly, you know what I'm saying, like bigger than Floyd, bro. They're not in his weight. They're not in his weight class.
oh, they're not. Okay, I thought
Not at all. Not
So-
at all.
for some reason I thought Logan was smaller. But at the same time, yeah, we always concerned about punching power when you go against somebody who's bigger than you. I mean, let's be fair. But you know, they talked about Canelo's punching power. Like if he actually connected, he could have actually did something to Floyd. I think we all in agreement about that. But you know what? He didn't touch him. We talking about defense here.
But see, you gotta understand. See, Floyd showed us something too throughout his career, and this is why, when it comes to that square circle, man, ain't nobody messing with him. He showed us that he also has a chin. When Mosley, dude, there's a couple of times, handful of times where Floyd and got hit square and was caught, like buckled a little bit. You know, I think Chop Corley caught him.
Zab Judah
caught him. And I'm talking about significantly because Miguel Cotto kind of, you know what I'm saying, he got in a couple shots too, but Mosley hurt him the worst, man.
Yeah, he did.
He weathered the storm as a champion, bro. That's the thing. This dude's a true champion. So we done seen Floyd in trouble, and he's still, you see what I'm saying? So that's why the TBE, bro, he earned that, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot, you know, of course, Ali, he'll always be, you know, treasured in our community. But when it comes to just, man, that square circle, bro, I've never, it's levels to this shit. Floyd is like all the greats kind of rolled into one, bro. Like that's how good this dude is. Boxing is about hitting and not get hit. So,
and you know,
nobody does that better than this dude, man.
And I'm gonna add this too, man. You already told me today when we had our previous discussion that people who fight know not to take fights under unprofessional circumstances. They always prepare. So we talking about an amateur versus a champ. I'm not really looking for no Nate Robinson shits right now, B.
Man, if I show you, dude, just because I've been paying attention to this, man, bro, been putting in that bag work.
Logan?
No, I'm talking about Floyd.
Well, you got to tell me if Logan is really like on that level. Like
I mean, both of them guys, him and his brother, both him and his brother actually, you know, they gotten a couple pro fights under their belt, and they do train, like they really do. And I heard that the one he's about to fight is better than the one that knocked out Nate or whatever, the other dude. Because I get him confused.
So why ain't they professional?
So I heard,
why how come I don't see him on ESPN on Friday nights?
Bro, they doing this shit because they can. Like they never set out to be boxers for real. You see what I'm saying? But it's something that they just took shit. As they get deeper into it, shit, who knows? Because as I see this, look at where this is headed to, right? And this is why some true, you know, diehard boxing fans or real enthusiasts are a little, you know, they're torn because, yeah, boxing got a component to it as entertainment, but then, you know, we actually getting away from the actual craft itself because you got Spence not wanting to fight. Who's the other boy? Bud Crawford. None of these upper echelon dudes are trying to fight each other. So now we done made room for some WWE shit in a sport that's a real sport, you know, such as boxing is very heavily coveted. Boxing is one of our oldest sports ever.
You can blame excuse me. You can blame Mike Tyson and Roy Jones and Triller for that.
But no, Floyd was the first one to do the little exhibitions like that. Remember, he did the one over in Japan.
No, but you know, what we just had currently is something where you say, damn, even a slam dunk champion can get into a boxing ring and So now that's what I'm saying, you know.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I could see it, man. I could see it shifting in that direction, and that's kind of why boxing, it's been losing some of his things have been lackluster, man. That's why MMA, the UFC, Bellator, Pride, Strikeforce, over the years was able to come in and really just kind of steal that shine, in the whole world of combat sports, bro. But boxing's fan base is hella loyal. They'll always be the fans, but they're starting to lose a lot of folks, man, because they're like, shit, dude. If anybody could get the hell up in the damn ring and make millions of dollars, what does that say about the guy who grinded, who's been training since he was, 12, 13, went through the whole amateur ring and the silver gloves, golden gloves, you know what I'm saying? Kind of worked their way up, the real story of the boxer, so to speak, when a damn YouTuber could just hop in here, goddamn it, and make some millions because he got, a nice little following on social media.
And that's why you should respect. You a goddamn YouTuber, man. Now I'm going see. Now I'm going Mickey Knox. You're a goddamn YouTuber. My son's a YouTuber. You get it now, dude? You are nobody other than on YouTube and social.
Right, right.
This motherfucker Floyd is known around the globe. Like, I don't even understand other than race about this.
See, man. Let me see what else, bro. We almost done, man. We almost we've been at a nice little pace with it, man, because he's reiterated a few things, but let me see if he gonna touch on a couple additional things.
Careful with this clout chasing shit. This is a word of advice to you young white brothers. It's a word of advice because you might not be closet racist. Just kind of act like it. Maybe it's inadvertent. I actually like the Logan Paul guy better, right? If I was a silly motherfucker, I would like Jake Paul. Because in my silly days, I would, that's cool. Yo, got your hat, yeah.
Right, immature.
Cool. But when you grow up, that shit is dangerous, man. You could have got yourself killed. And more importantly, like, look at this. Let me show you the goofy shit. You can't respect what Jake Paul did. Because this is his brother's hour to shine. He just won his fight. He beat down Nate Robinson. He did his thing. Let your brother fucking do what he do. But they always want to exploit the weaknesses in the black community. Let's look at this weak shit. Look at the motherfucker who started this shit instead of let his brother just do his press conference. Look at this. Look what happened.
It's like, whoa, are you serious? And I wanted to talk shit about it. I think I was jealous maybe of Logan getting a massive fight, and my first initial reaction was like, this shouldn't happen, and then I sort of.
So look at this. He said he was jealous. That his brother
showing himself.
But he says it in past tense. I would contend that he's still jealous, and he made this damn event about him as if Floyd's getting ready to fight him.
Right.
Just let your brother get a shine. Why you gotta fucking undermine what your brother got going on and almost cancel your brother's event because of this bullshit? Because if your brother would have got involved and he wasn't going to be held in constraint, who knows what could have happened that ultimately could have destroyed the venue? Because you no longer could come to the venue. Maybe your brother wouldn't be able to come to the venue, depending on his ability to get through if he really was on a turn up. Because if your brother was really turning up, he would have got through. And then once somebody from security gets hurt or gets hit, everything just gets out of control, man. You could have canceled the whole damn thing. You could have fucked up the money in the name of got your hat. You could have fucked up the money for your brother. And that's crazy to me. So that's a whole nother level of jealousy. So you jealous of Floyd and you jealous of your brother. Like you one of them fucking people. I mean, goddamn, man. You like one of them people that that someone comes to the school to look for you, but fucks around and shoot someone else because you the motherfucker just constantly bullying people for no reason, and you ain't even gangster yourself. I don't know what really goes on in the white community with the people doing the pushing on the lockers and all that shit. You would have to disclose that to me. But this is something that is intimated. We get signs of what the hell be going on with this false sense of entitlement and white privilege shit that be going on. Because you're just moving around, and the way you moving is chaotic. Just people hurt. And you could have fucked up the money for your brother. Like, these are things that someone needs to pull you. I don't know what they got going on in the white community, but somebody older than you needs to pull you. You probably ain't gonna listen to your older brother. And he low-key supporting this shit inadvertently, but I know in his heart of hearts, in his chest, he should be telling you, yo, fall the fuck back before you fuck up the money. You need OGs or something in that white community. The white community needed an OG since slavery to fucking tell them this shit was off. Y'all needed an OG long time ago. But goddamn, somebody in the white community needs to pull you by the shirt and say, yo, how much is too much? This is too much. Because you're going to keep clout chasing until you get yourself seriously hurt. And that's a fact. That's just real advice. That's just real advice. So I'm in this live. I'm about to go on Clubhouse and tear up these religious motherfuckers. And I'm in the vulgar mode. I won't be in this vulgarity after tonight. I just seen some stuff, and I see black people clowning.
That's what I'm saying, man. Polight was turned up, man. He was turned when that happened to his guy.
Would it be a joke? It's not just the hat; it's the principle. And it's not just the principle; it's the principle as far as the black-white dynamic, where you don't have that much leverage to be taking something that's not yours.
And that's just something that you little young cats gotta understand, man. You millennial cats, dude. It ain't so much about whatever the physical shit is, my dude. It's about the principle. See, y'all wasn't raised like we was raised, man. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why I brought up the point a little bit earlier as far as the entitlement thing. I don't feel like it's so much just a white thing. I think it's this new generation, these millennials, man. I've seen it across the board. Yeah, we know the white thing, they got that shit. But nowadays, the 2021, dude, this entitlement shit.
Watch this.
All of them got that.
Watch this. And some people might say I'm wrong, but I think I know I'm right on this shit. There's different levels to if a white person calls you a nigger as a black person. See, you ain't never heard nobody break it down like this, but let me tell you. Miyagi just said there's principles. So if I'm at work and I'm doing my job and one of my coworkers or my supervisor or whoever insinuates some nigger shit, I'm gonna make noise with that. My livelihood's at stake. I gotta come here every day. But if I'm walking down the block and somebody says nigger and I know I'm about my business, and if I whoop his ass and everybody else is out here, that might compromise my business, I won't make a move then. But if somebody call me a nigger on the block and nobody ain't out here, I'm going to knock his ass out. There's principles. So it can't be every time somebody, for example, as a white person calls you a nigger, you knock them out. You got to weigh your options. That's what Floyd had to do. He's still trying to get that bag. It is TMT at the end of the day.
That's facts, man. That's facts, man. Let me see where else bro about to take this.
And then saying like, yo, all of this for that? Like, come on, man. Like, yo, listen, we're going to do this again one more time. We're going to do this again. Let's look at his brother Logan Paul. It's all good. We making fun of this and why is it all over for a hat? It's all okay. I see what y'all saying. But look at this crazy shit. Yeah, got your hat. But then you show this shit. Why is Logan Paul putting this Klans member in the middle of all this shit, getting his hat taken? You see, y'all joke, right? That's what you like to call it. But as long as you've been living in America and seeing what our people been going through, what the fuck would make you post this Klans member getting his hat taken off his fucking head? What would make you do some shit like that? See? All the way tripping. Share this video, y'all. Wake people up. Every opportunity we get a chance to wake our people up, we're going to do that. I seen an opportunity to wake our people up because while you think they joking and they laughing with you, maybe the brothers that's in your camp, maybe the brothers that's in the Logan Paul camp, maybe they can hip you to some awareness. Hopefully they ain't cooning full time. I ain't knocking no brothers who making their money and helping you out and training and feeding their family. I ain't mad at it. But yo, don't sell your fucking soul. Y'all wanted Floyd to sell his soul. Oh, you want Floyd not to mess up the money, so let the man untie your shoes. Don't mess up the money, Floyd, so let these people talk crazy about your family. Let them castigate you about reading a language that was forcibly imposed upon your people. Okay, now let him take your hat all in the name of money. See, if Floyd was selling his soul, he would have let those motherfuckers just do anything to him in the name of don't mess up the money. But clearly the man is a man of integrity. Fuck the money after a certain point. You're not just going to do anything. With all the shit that he worked so hard for, you're not going to do anything. Look at that shit. Time to wake up, man. Time to wake up. What the hell is he even playing with this type of fire for? And then he gonna say he ain't mean nothing by it. I wasn't even thinking it's like that. They always bring a race into the situation. So after you say, why is it about race? And Floyd say it's always about race. You then go right after the press conference
and put
you find a clip with a Klans member and you make an association with this Klans
shock value.
And that's a movie right there. That's my Austin Powers right there. But still, I see the sentiment.
No, you have to do it. I was just joking. I didn't know y'all would be.
Well, again, you feel like he's doing the YouTuber thing. You feel like he's reaching on this particular piece right here.
Yeah, because white folks do this one thing, right, where they like to watch different kinds of entertainment, and mostly all white people have seen Austin Powers 1, let alone 2. And they seen the scene right here, and to Jake Paul and Logan Paul, they thinking like, oh, this shit's classic because the scene's funny, which it is on the show, on the movie, and also it's making a reference towards the race comment, and they think it's okay because the views will come in and people will crack up and laugh. But see, when do you ever meet your moment when it ain't a laughing matter? Like, on the Boondocks, they call that the nigga moment. I'm just saying, like, do you really have to go through it with a fist in your face, kissing your cheek, or a pistol in your mouth, making it all sweet? So you really got to go through that to feel like, yo, maybe views ain't important, because even Floyd said money ain't more important than me dropping this science. So white folks, I don't know, man. In abundance, most of them, they don't really think on that level.
See, that's crazy. But it's facts.
We got 3 minutes left on that video. Let's let it rock.
Let's see what bro on.
In a video, and I make an association to the Klans member. No, yo, Floyd is on the other side of what the Klans members have done. The fuck is you making an association with him getting his hat off, taken off, and a Klans member getting his hat taken off? And thank y'all for appreciating the courses. BrotherPolight.com. Y'all know what it is. Thank y'all.
I mean, we can stop it right there, man.
In the comment section, I'm just livid about this. I actually controlled myself. I had to calm down for like 12 hours today. Before I
he went in though.
I was livid. I was about to go iHeartRadio.
Let me recap real quick.
Hold on, man.
But yeah, respect.
Let's see where he at.
And show my brother Floyd love. Stop hating on my brother, man. Stop hating on each other. It's black greatness, man. Every opportunity. So
yeah, we can like I said, we end up watching the thing in its totality, man. But I mean, y'all, I done said pretty much what I had to say, man. I'm gonna let El Reezy, man, do his what did Jerry Springer have? Didn't he have like at the end of the show, he had the what?
Final thought.
The final thought, man. You know, this is Logic Reason. You know, this is right up his alley, man. You go ahead, man. Take it home, man. Take it home for him.
I appreciate Miyagi allowing this video of Brother Polight to play because, you know, I look up to him a little bit. He has some great things to say. You don't have to agree with anybody on every single point, but this brother right here is the prophet, in my opinion. But in saying that, everything we said today, we had to sum it up real quick because we wanted you to hear what the brother had to say. We brought you through the history of Black folks, why it's not petty about us reacting the way we do when it comes
Layers.
to the dichotomy between Blacks and whites. Floyd even mentioned it's always about race. We none of us really deny that. I mean, we can be watching something as simple as a basketball game, and we understand, like, when that brother's on a fast break, he might dunk it. Now, where the fuck did that come from? So everything's about race. That's on the small scale. We took you through some facts, and then we listen to the brother talk about it. Somebody who's closely affiliated to Floyd and understands what could have happened based off knowing different members of the TMT team. And to sit back as a brother who's real from Brooklyn. We all over the Americas. We all over the globe. We look at stuff like this if you ever experienced any inferiority from a Black-white situation, because, you know, they say Blacks are 13% in America and whites are 64%. So you already feel up against it when you know they reside in police stations, governments, and all that other stuff that will get you caught up. And so we just trying to make livelihood work in America. And when you come across a situation like this, when you have been through 50 fights and never lost one of them, you've established yourself as a business mogul. You're saying to yourself, you know, I'm retired, so I'm not really going to have any problems with nobody disrespecting me. You know, they talk a little trash and stuff, but that's cool because even Michael Jordan might experience that at his old age when he stepped on the court with a young buck. But don't be disrespectful. And the fact that he experienced disrespect on so many different levels. Now, see, you know, I was watching the joints and when he was saying stuff like he can't read and all that, I say, you know, even though it's racial, it's just trash talk. See, I'm more about the whole shoe untying because we're fucking adults. And you take my hat off, like, oh, this is some real YouTube get some views type shit. You don't even care if I punch you in the face and the fight's off. But how can the fight be really off when it's an exhibition anyway? So you trying to get double the marketing. You want the views to pop up because, you know, you have Floyd Mayweather chasing after you for his hat. And he might have connected or not if his people didn't hold him back. And you also got the fight still going to probably take place because it's really not under any like professional boxing regulation. I would have to say, yeah, these white boys are smart, but they stupid. Yeah, I see what you're trying to capitalize off the monetization, but like Brother Polight was trying to express, and I think Miyagi, you about to say this next, yo, it could really go down for you. Like you might have miscalculated.
He said it can really happen here. It really can, man. And see, he brought it to that, man. Like I said, as a people, man, we do have you can't go through the type of shit that we went through and not have no type of complex. Because a lot of times they look at us as if we overreacted to the shit, but it's like, motherfucker, you don't know what the fuck you doing to get that kind of reaction, or you know, but see, you trying to play that damn mind game shit with motherfuckers. That's what that sarcasm is about and shit like that. Like, man, come on.
Before I go along with that goofy we better know each other like some of the white guys I used to rap with. We got to know what the fuck we on. I got to been around you for 8 months to a year type shit for me to even go along with an answer.
Right.
But you coming into me for the first time and I'm the champ, like, what are you doing? You dumbass. Like now you start talking to him from like you from Brooklyn or something, like you fucking stupid. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like you come at him hard because it's like, look, this is uncommon from what we try to do in regards to establishing the paper and then going out in that ring.
Man, look, like I said, I said my piece, man. My brother, y'all heard from El Reezy. You know, the got the logic reason of the day. And you know, it's gotten late, man, but I'm glad me and my brother had a chance to you know what I'm saying, go in on this, man. You know, he been on me, you know, about getting this one out here. So I'm glad we was able to go live, man. So you know, we'll be going live a lot more now. I kind of like going live. So, you know, like I said, go ahead, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel, man. We're still growing the channel. You know, I appreciate you guys who have subscribed, man. And so, you know, we're gonna just keep this thing going, man. I'm trying to get more and more consistent here with the content. Go ahead, G.
You see that thumb right there? Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Even Thanos say so.
Bad luck, boy. All right, man. Your boy Big Miyagi Vice, man. I'm up out of here, man. Hey, El Rees, my road dog, man. Look, holla at him, man. Tell them where they can find you at, man.
Well, you already know it, man. Hey, coming soon. You already know. I'm still gonna say it like that. We still working out the kinks, but deep discussions with these nuts is coming soon to the podcast. I'll talk about everything and everything. You know what I'm talking about? And you guys are gonna enjoy it because you'll see how we do it. But also you can hit me up on these 32 nuts at gmail.com and give me some ideas because I respect the people and what they want to talk about. This is deep discussions with these nuts.
That boy fool, man. Your boy out, man. Boss Certified Entertainment, man. Go ahead, follow the other YouTube channel as well. The Motive 8 Experience. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy, man. Motivate Multimedia Hub. Of course, you know, official King Vice Versa on Instagram. King Vice Versa Twitter. King Vice Versa. Damn it. Facebook, Boss Certified Entertainment, Facebook, man. Listen, we got a conglomerate going on around here, and we gonna continue to build on this legacy, y'all. So without no further delay, man, one yourself, we up out of here. Yara.